The sun starts going down, and you already feel it in your chest before the first boom even happens. You know what's coming tonight, and so does your dog. Within minutes of that first firework, they're panting hard, pacing the living room, trying to squeeze their whole body into the smallest, darkest corner of the closet they can find. For them, it genuinely feels like the world is ending. For you, watching your best friend shake like that is absolute torture. Especially knowing you can't just sit them down and explain, it's only a celebration. So what if you didn't have to watch that terror unfold this year? What if there was a specific routine you could run exactly 1 hour before the fireworks start that could help your dog sleep peacefully right through it? Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Sarah Peterson, your neighborhood veterinarian. Nights with fireworks, thunderstorms, and loud celebrations are consistently some of the hardest nights of the year to be a dog. And honestly, some of the hardest nights to be their owner too. More dogs go missing and end up in shelters around firework holidays than almost any other time of year because panic makes them do things they would never normally do. But it doesn't have to go that way for your dog. Today, we're doing a full masterclass on noise phobia. I'll walk you through why dogs react this intensely, the well-meaning mistakes that actually make things worse, and my full countdown to calm plan covering the days before, the morning of, and that critical 1 hour window right before things get loud. Grab a notebook, hit subscribe, and let's get into it. First, let's understand the biology, because once you understand why this happens, everything else makes a lot more sense. You might assume it's simply that fireworks are loud, but for a dog, it's actually a full sensory overload. Their hearing is dramatically more sensitive than ours, so a bang that startles us can feel genuinely deafening to them. On top of that, their paws are packed with nerve endings, and the physical vibration from an explosion traveling through the ground can feel almost like a small earthquake under their feet. And then there's their nose, incredibly powerful, easily picking up the sharp smell of smoke and gunpowder in the air. Combine unpredictable, deafening noise, ground vibration, and an unfamiliar burning smell. And your dog's instinctive brain concludes one simple thing: we are in danger. Their body floods with stress hormones, and at that point they are not being dramatic, they are having a real physiological panic response. Picture this: a completely relaxed dog is lying on the rug. A firework cracks outside. Instantly they're up, tail tucked, ears pinned back, trying to wedge themselves under furniture or behind the toilet. In that state, they cannot be reasoned with, they cannot simply relax on command, and they are not thinking logically at all. Now, before we get into the fix, let's talk about 2 extremely common mistakes that can accidentally make this worse. Mistake number 1 is what I call the comfort trap. When a dog starts trembling, our natural instinct is to drop down, wrap our arms around them, and say in a high, worried voice, it's okay, you're safe." I understand the instinct completely, but here's the thing. Dogs don't understand our words. They read our energy and tone. A high-pitched, anxious voice doesn't sound like comfort to them. It sounds like confirmation that something is genuinely wrong, since their trusted leader also sounds panicked. This can unintentionally validate and intensify their fear rather than soothe it. Mistake number 2 is taking them outside to prove it's safe, or letting them off-leash in the yard during fireworks season. Exposing a terrified dog directly to the trigger is called flooding, and it typically deepens the trauma instead of resolving it. And a dog in full flight mode can clear a 6-foot fence or slip out of a collar in seconds, so always keep them leashed for bathroom breaks during the entire holiday stretch, even in a fenced yard. Now let's build the actual plan. Starting 3 to 5 days before the event, we want to gently desensitize their brain to the sound. Pull up recorded firework or thunder sounds on your phone or TV and play them at an extremely low volume, barely audible in the background. While that quiet rumble is playing, do all their favorite things: a game of tug, high-value treats like small bits of plain-cooked chicken, a few fun training reps. If they stay relaxed and engaged with you, you're doing great. If at any point they start pacing or panting even at that low volume, turn it off. You're moving faster than their nervous system can handle. Slowly, gradually increase the volume day by day while continuing the rewards. What you're doing is rewiring the emotional association, teaching their brain that this sound means good things are happening, not danger. On the actual day, your single biggest goal for the morning and early afternoon is physical and mental exhaustion. A tired dog has a much smaller reserve of energy to fuel a full-blown panic response. Take them on the longest, safest walk or hike you can manage earlier in the day. Let them run, let them play, and especially let them sniff, since scent work is remarkably tiring for a dog's brain. Hide pieces of kibble around the house for a nosework game. The more drained their energy tank is by evening, the easier it will be for their body to stay calm once the noise starts. And now, the part I really want you to remember, the 1-hour shield before the fireworks begin. About an hour before showtime, we build 4 layers of comfort at once. Layer 1 is timing any calming support correctly. If you're using a vet-approved calming supplement or a prescribed anti-anxiety medication, the timing is everything, and this is where most people get it wrong. Waiting until your dog is already shaking under the bed to give a calming chew is far too late. Their body is already flooded with stress hormones at that point. These supports work by getting ahead of that response, not fighting it once it's already raging. If you'd like a gentle food-based option, a small amount of cooled, well-brewed chamomile tea mixed into their dinner is a mild, traditional calming addition, though it should never be given to pregnant dogs. For dogs with more severe phobias, talk to your vet ahead of time about a targeted prescription option, since over-the-counter human medications are not a safe substitute and can sedate the body without actually calming the underlying fear. Layer 2 is gentle, constant pressure. Products like snug-fitting anxiety wraps work because steady pressure around the torso has a naturally calming effect on the nervous system, similar to how swaddling soothes a crying infant. If you don't have one, a soft scarf or wide fabric wrapped snugly, but never tightly, around the chest and torso can offer a similar effect for the evening. Layer 3 is the safe den. About an hour before the noise starts, close the blinds and curtains to block sudden flashes of light. Set up their favorite bed in the most interior, windowless room in the house, often a bathroom or a walk-in closet, along with an unwashed shirt of yours so your scent is close by. Instead of turning on the TV, which has unpredictable pitches that can actually heighten anxiety, play a steady, low, brown noise track from a speaker in that room, since a deep, consistent hum helps mask the sharper cracks from outside far more effectively than regular background noise. And finally, layer 4, the distraction. About 45 minutes before the fireworks start, give them a rubber puzzle toy stuffed with a simple, safe mixture like plain yogurt, mashed banana, and a touch of unsalted peanut butter, then freeze it solid ahead of time. Always double-check the label of anything containing peanut butter or yogurt for an ingredient called xylitol, sometimes relabeled as birch sugar, since it is highly toxic to dogs even in tiny amounts. A frozen, long-lasting treat means they have to lie down and lick steadily for a long stretch, and that repetitive licking motion is naturally soothing and releases feel-good chemicals in the brain, right as the noise begins outside. Once the fireworks actually start, your job is simple. Stay calm, stay boring. Sit with them in their safe space, read a book, scroll your phone, project relaxed, low-key energy. If they come to you, offer slow, steady strokes down their back rather than high-pitched baby talk. Your calm presence tells them, more than any words ever could, that everything really is okay. I know fireworks season can feel dreadful when you have an anxious dog. It's genuinely hard to watch them suffer through something you can't fully explain to them. But with a little preparation, some gentle desensitization in the days before, real physical exhaustion that morning, and a proper 1-hour shield of timing, pressure, a safe den, and a good distraction, this year can look completely different for both of you. Has your dog struggled with firework or storm anxiety before? Tell me your story in the comments. I read every single one. If this video gave you a real plan to protect your dog this year, Please hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next masterclass. Give your dog a gentle scratch behind the ears for me tonight, trust your instincts, and I'll see you in the very next video.